Hello and welcome. It's the 18th of, I forgot what month it was. 18th of February. I do that quite regularly. And welcome to our February free website audit month, where each day of this month I have been inviting people to submit to me their websites. So these people have agreed to me having a look at their websites and doing this, where in which I look at the websites and provide suggestions on ways in which they could improve their websites. And the aim being, a website's great. A website can look really pretty, but if a website doesn't get you business, whether that's leads or whether that's service sales or product sales, if it doesn't achieve what you need it to achieve, and a website will often be needed to achieve a few things, sales and also collecting emails and that sort of style of thing, or making awareness of who you are and what you do. But if it doesn't do that, then don't have it. It's a waste of money. And you can see all of these really beautiful websites out there, but they're not converting. What do I mean by converting? It means that somebody gets to your website, sees your website, and does what you want them to do, either signing up on your email list, booking a call with you, buying a product, buying a service. There's multiple ways in which a website will convert. Luckily, on websites such as Shopify, you can see that sort of percentage. Shopify will show you the numbers of people who came to your website, the numbers of people who added to a cart, initiated purchase, and initiated the purchase and then purchased. It's a lot so easy when it comes to WordPress websites, which are for lead generation. But you need to know how many people are helping you pay for that website. If not, it's just pretty and it's just sitting out there. Now, having said that, there's some big businesses that can afford to have a website just sitting out there and doing nothing, because they've got multiple millions of dollars being invested in other marketing avenues. But these are not these people. This is not my marketplace, and I don't ever want to be in that marketplace. So who are we having a look at today? We're having a look at Haley Helps. Haley is a virtual assistant, virtual marketing services, she says. So that places her a little bit above the virtual assistants. She says virtual marketing. Now, the first thing that happened with Haley's website is, not immediately, but pretty quickly, I got this pop-up. And it's probably a little more applicable to get a pop-up fairly fast in a site like Haley's, where they're providing a service, because I'm more likely to give you my email address if I'm going to get free tips, calendars, PDFs, and more, which is what Haley said. So once a month, free tips, calendars, PDF, and more. That's good. I'm more likely to get that than if I was to be on a product-based website where I don't even know whether I want to buy the product. If I've come across to Haley's website, it's probably because I liked something I saw her say somewhere else, or I am looking for that. There's tips and tricks sort of stuff. I love the colours of it. The colours are very good. Sort of blues and what I call this oceany greeny blue. It's what is it being built on? WordPress, I would be guessing, or Squarespace. That WordPress. Well, it is not necessarily. It was on WordPress plugin. What's she on now? WooCommerce. WordPress 6.4. Yeah, it's just old. It's been updated. WordPress has been updated. Facebook, Instagram. Let me go back to the not so detailed. Opt-in Monster Insights. They're sort of like cheapy or free plugins that get sort of bundled into the WordPress download often. I don't like either of them. WooCommerce, WordPress, Instagram, Facebook. I'm not seeing any other additional email program in use, according to this. So I'm wondering what she's got embedded for Using Calendly to schedule appointments. Got an SSL, which pretty well everybody does nowadays. One of those days. Thank God most of the time you get given an SSL. Schedule contact. See, now that the pop-up's gone, it's always gone once I need it. So, and that leads me to something else. You always want to put that pop-up that came up, you always want to put it down here as well as a form, the same form you want to embed down here. So not as a pop-up, but as an embed. Depending on which email program you're using, you'll be able to bring it to a, you'll be able to generate an embedded form, because it's gone. I deliberately got rid of it. It's not in there as well. I deliberately got rid of it, but like 2 seconds later, I want to know what it was. I want to see it again, and so I'm stuck. And it's going to be hard to get it back up again. So I don't know what it's unusual. I've never seen email schedule a thing up there, but that's quite good. So what she's done is she's, you know, that is linked, that is linked so that it actually pops up, it actually calls up my email program, which is good. And that's a good idea. I like that idea, Haley. Much better than putting the email address up there. Schedule a consult. As we said, it's Calendly. I will respect your personal privacy. Thank you very much. 30-minute. Schedule a date and time. I also say to people, I don't know whether I've said it on any of the other audits I've done, we find with the scheduling that we don't want to give people too many options. So on the 19th, see, there's far too many. It says two things. One, it says you're not at all busy and you can afford to talk to me whenever. Now, that may or may not be correct. It doesn't really matter. You don't want to give the perception of that. Also, what it does is it paralyzes the person's brain. Like, too many choices, and I'm inclined not to make any. So we generally say only give them about 4, maybe 5 days out. That will depend on how many hours you've got. And also within any of these booking programs, you can normally shut it down so that it only shows X number of appointments per day. What happens when those numbers of appointments are filled? It will show more. But to be honest, it's been a while since I've been on the back end of Calendly, and this may or may not be a Calendly free account. But you don't want it to show all of these. You want it to say only show, you know, X numbers of appointments per day. I think I know Accruity does it as a percentage, so like only show 50% of available appointments per day. And it looks like she's also not padding. So these are 30-minute appointments. She's not padding time before and after. So and let's make a booking to see also what she's asking me when I make a booking. So let's say 12 next. I'm not going to make this booking. Enter details, name and address. Anything will help prepare for a meeting. Good job. Yes, I usually ask for the URL for the website, and I usually ask for the, you know, what do I need, you know, what is it that prompted you to want to talk to me? As I say, I'm not going to go into that because I don't want to take up the time. And so only say, you know, the next week, because if people can't get the time they want, they will usually email, like they will usually email you. But this sort of makes it look, if nothing else, I would be keeping much. So you're available, but the calendar only shows your availability based on the settings you set. Schedule a free consult. Get your free time back. So she started with good copy that's about what my problem is, not what about she can do. Congratulations, great job, Haley. I know how important work life. So I wouldn't say I know how, because that's putting in her voice. I would say work-life balance is super important. Work-life balance is super important, or is very important. You can hand off tasks to me and gain your precious free time back, allowing you to focus on the things that are most important to you. resulting in a game changer for your personal life and your business. Now that's a bit mucky, but you get the drift. Always put it in the point of view. So I'm sitting here going, oh yes, that's exactly what I want. Oh, she's making it sound so simple for me. It's not about what she does, it's about what's in it for me. So what's in it for me is it's a game changer for me. I'm going to be able to focus on things that are most important to us. I mean, years ago as a VA, I did a presentation at a local, can't remember what it was for, Coffs Business Women's or something, and I brought up a dozen red roses, and I walked around the room and I said, do you want to smell the roses? And handed people a rose, and it was quite a good gimmick. And I said, so, hire me as a VA, it'll give you more time to smell the roses. That's putting humor in it as well. But that's the idea. The idea is, do you need, or you need more time too. And I've often used words like, more time to go to the spa, more time to play with your kids, more time to enjoy life, not having to work the 9 to 5, not having to work, 80, 90 hours a week, all that sort of stuff. So put it in ways in which you're acknowledging the pain point of the people who are listening to you or reading about you. Good testimonials. Probably would like to see a few more than 3. That's good. People, depending on what sort of agreements you've got with the people who provided these, if you can, it is a good idea to link to their business site, because you do have a lot of people saying, mind you, I tend not to want to work with them, but I don't trust your testimonials. I don't trust what you've got written there unless I can actually see that business exists, or that A or B, that I talk to those people. And my answer was, well, if you don't trust my word, what I've got on my website, then I don't want to work with you. In fact, I said that to a person just recently. She said, I don't trust any of your case studies or your testimonials. I said, bye-bye. Because if they don't trust you at this point, you're in trouble. But yes, there is a lot of fake testimonials out there. You have the content. I can make it work for you. Yep, good, nice tense in that. Let me wear all the hats so you can focus on what you do best. So swap that around. Focus on what you do best. Let me wear all the hats. Repurpose queen, working smarter, not harder. SEO, content publisher, this is good. Need more info, schedule a consult. So she's done a call to action up here. She's got a call to action there. 1, 2, and a call to action down here. That's about right for what we've got on this page. About the size of this page. I do like the colours, Haley. I really do. But then these are my colours. Services. Again, call to action, and her calls to action are all consistent. They've got a nice variable hover effect, which means that it's really tweaking that part of my brain that's saying, click me, click me, click me. Nice and simple. Here's what she does. Blah, 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 blah. Yep, nice and simple. Social media. I wonder if that's I would be wondering, it'd be good if that was an anchor link down to here. So what an anchor link is a link on a page to another section on the page. She's in WordPress. So you go into WordPress, and depending on how this has been built in the back end, I didn't see whether this was built on a page builder or not. But you actually want them to be able to click on this and go down to here. No. Before training, effective basically. Yep, good. Email marketing, social media. Yep, nice. Plans, well set out. 1 social media, 12 content. Yep, she's obviously put a lot of thought into this. Why, Haley, why USD? I thought you were Australian. Could be wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you are not Australian. So if you're not Australian, if you are Australian, then it shouldn't be USD. If you're not Australian, then that's fine. If you are Australian and you're trying to target the US market, then there are ways on a WordPress website to have a geolocator on where it actually geolocates where their ISP is and shows them all the information in their currency. So Canadian, US, New Zealand, Australian, however many you want to choose. Stargaze, shooting star, supernova. Quite like the naming on this. Pricing looks about consistent without me going into all the ins and outs of it, and that's what this is not for. Podcast service, main points for show notes, outlining main points for show notes, episode descriptions, and resource links. Wave, there's a spelling mistake there. It's WAVE. Price depends on length and amount of episodes per month. Email management. Offering even can bring trust and connection. Offering even one, you don't need the even. Offering one email campaign monthly can bring trust and connection. That's me nitpicking the copy. Inbox and Google Drive, deleting spam. Yep. Creative. So I like that she's given some fairly, like, really specific answers here, because when you say things like email management, a lot of clients just like, yeah, okay, what does that mean? What do you do? So giving some nice specific, I can't talk today, specific examples of that is good. Creative services, and if you want to allocate, yeah, $32 USD per hour. Sounds a bit low. I'd have to do a currency conversion. I would be, because if it's one off, I tend to always price one off a little higher in my hourly rate, because the overhead of a one-off thing, our overheads when we're working with a client, our biggest overhead is that new client, because you've got to onboard them, you've got to access into their systems. Therefore, if I'm just doing one-off work, and I do a lot of one-off work, one-off, I've got a quick fix thing where I've never heard from them before. They've got an immediate problem, and in literally a few hours I've fixed it. But that comes at a higher premium, because I do have to wear the overheads of getting into their system and linking, like getting my access into their system and that sort of stuff. So $32 per hour. Currency converter is telling me it's what? Sorry, I just have to put it in what my brain understands. What do you say? 32 US. Yeah, it's only 48. It's only 50, so less than $50 Australian. For that, I've been looking more like at the $55, $60 Australian. But it depends. If all of Haley's work is US based, then the US is a much bigger market. That's 330 million people in the US as compared to 24 million here in Australia. So often their prices are much lower per hour, because they've got a bigger market to play in. Horses for courses. So I'm not saying that's what it has to be. It just feels a little on the low side. Email marketing campaigns, creative services, per newsletter. See, that seems to me a little high. 130 USD. Yeah, $200 per newsletter. That seems to me a little high. Anyway, blogging. Yep. And so you've got that's bolded and in color, and this isn't. I would change that just so that there's consistency, because my brain just stuck when it got to there, because my brain's going, that's different. Like the unconscious part of my brain's going, that's different. What's different here? Instead of me just going, oh, price, right. Package services, you can have a middle of packages. This looks good. You can also sit back, relax, and go through. So you can hand over all your virtual marketing needs. Yeah, nice packages. BA for a day, nice, good job, Haley. Haley, you've done some careful thinking about your about the way to position all this. You have nice energy. Discover a better. I get a feeling maybe you are an American. I don't know. It's come from a group that I thought was predominantly Australian, but could be wrong. So I'd like to hear. I'd like to know. So it worries me whenever I'm on a website and I've got a question in my head that's now like niggling at me. So where is this person located? Is she an Australian? Is she New Zealander? It doesn't really matter that you are, but it's just that it's going to be better for me if I do know that. My brain's just not going to get stuck on that. Based in Taiwan. Okay. I'm obsessed with women-owned business. Originally from North Carolina, turned world traveler, turned owner of my virtual marketing business. Oh, she's based in Taiwan. Well, there we go. That's a twist. And I'd probably sort of flesh that out just a little bit more so that people don't get caught up on that. Based in Taiwan, but hey, I know US hours like the back of my hand, you know. Getting my feet wet in the minute, blah, 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 blah. My favorite things. Nice. A little bit about you. I like that. Yes, I like to know about you. You clearly, I think you've got an amazing personality this is the energy I'm getting off you. So I'm a Reiki master and a intuitive psychic as well. And the energy I'm getting off you from the colors and the imagery and all that is really good. I think you're like, I'm sitting here going, I feel like I want to talk to this lady because I feel like working with you. It just, yes, that's the energy I'm getting off you. Hey, this sounds like a really fascinating lady to talk to. And that would be the icebreaker. You're working in Taiwan. How is that? Is that tough? You know, do you speak? I don't even know what Taiwanese is. That the language? Is that the language in Taiwan? Do you speak it? How come you ended up in Taiwan? That would be the icebreaker. My formula, experience, yes, plus, yes, good, nice. Although I was going to say, I probably would have put my favorite things, would have put this up higher. Because I think this is personal and it's like a throwaway at the end, whereas this is more intrinsic to why I would work with you. Like the good, lovely, really nice job. Testimonials, okay, there was 3 on the front. 1, 2, there's only the same 3. That's a shame. I'd like to see more testimonials. So Haley, do a bit more about your testimonials. Oh, hang on, there's a different one. There's 4 now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, there we are, 6. Right. So make sure those other ones are on the front page as well. Testimonials, I have a thing about testimonials just being a page on their own. Most people don't go to a testimonial page, particularly when we realize that 90% of people, 70 to 90% of people are looking at websites on mobiles. It's a waste of a page, but I do like to see the testimonials spread around the rest of the website. Blog, call blog something else, please, something far more interesting. And unfortunately, I'm just going to say it looks like there's nothing there on the blog. So if there's nothing there on the blog yet, remove it from the menu until you've got something there. And of course, the contact looks pretty good. 2023, the code is wrong. You need a piece of code there that says at insert date, and it varies depending on the various platforms, so that it's going to change the test. It's going to change the copyright to whatever year it is, and you don't have to worry about going in there and manually changing it. If you don't have the piece of code on there, then go in there and manually change it. You sort of get away with that at the beginning of January, but once we're almost at the end of February, it becomes a little bit like you're lacking in being able to really find details. Get your free time back. I know what balance is. Testimonials. Probably make this font just a fraction smaller, because there's quite a jump between that and this. But this is all quite good for a mobile. And then, as I say, I would have the form down the bottom here. All looks pretty good. Where's your menu, though? Where's your mobile menu? That's weird. Looks like it should be there because it looks like it goes to something. It does go to something, so it's there, but it's not showing. So there's a slight problem there. And of course it is on the bottom. The other thing, and I forgot while I was talking about that before, the other thing I really like to do on schedule a meeting is that I put a photo actually on the actual thing here itself, And also on every email that goes out, I put the photo. And a funny story is I was doing this years ago for a real estate firm, and this is when I found that photos make a difference, because we had real estate agents selling, multi-million-dollar house and land packages, and we often had 4 or 5 different real estate agents in each group. So it was book a call. We had a Facebook ad funnel going to a form, to the form where we got the leads, and then we had a VA quickly call those leads within 5 or 10 minutes of the lead going in, and asking them to book a call. We also allowed them to book the call themselves. And we were having issues with no-shows on the calls. So I thought, well, let's test the wording I've got on the book a call for starters, and also test what happens if I put a photo here. So it would be a photo here and a photo on the confirmation that email goes out, the reminder email that goes out, etc. And something I was going to say, it's gone now. Put a photo on, and also instead of just the sign off the email from, thanks Anne or thanks Haley, looking forward to talking to you, with your photo. And it improved it decreased no-show rates by 30%. And here's the funny thing: it didn't matter whether it was Anne or Haley or Bob that call was booked with, or that showed up subsequently on the call, because a lot of them would say to me, but we don't know who's exactly going to take the call. I said, it doesn't matter, because on the odd occasion you had a person say, but I was expecting to talk to Anne, and say, oh look, I'm sorry, Anne's just a little busy today, and she's asked me to assist you in your inquiry. We never had one single person in literally thousands of booked calls who then terminated the call because they couldn't talk to Anne. But it just takes that makes it slightly more personal, and makes people less likely to no show, because they feel like they're letting a person down. And like a lot of these real estate agents say, no, it's got to be the business branding, and it's got to be ABC Real Estate. And I said, yeah, but people don't care whether they inconvenience ABC Real Estate by not showing up, but they care about whether they inconvenienced Haley by not showing up. So this is this tiny psychology bit that makes a world of difference. Helen, and please, blah, 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 blah. Any questions you have for me? Yeah, because it's Haley and because it's a personal service, I always make that in personal, it's a free consultation with me can help you reclaim your free time and organize your business needs. Be very personal here about it's you. This is old school stuff where we used to say it all had to be about the business, and we couldn't say it was, it was an individual holding. I threw all that out the window many years ago. Social media, Facebook and Instagram, definitely. If Haley, you've got a lot of really good content. So as a marketing consultant, I tend to do a lot of video work. I do a lot of live streaming work. I've just come off doing a live stream on how they can manipulate the metrics numbers on Meta. That's also worth having a YouTube channel for. It looks like you've got a stunning personality, and unless you're brain dead when it comes to presenting to camera, it's worth having a YouTube channel. It helps in the lead generation. YouTube's the second biggest search engine outside of Google, and Haley Helps is a very memorable brand name. Okay, so this is being used, but this is a different background. So you really want, I actually like this background better than I like this background. I'm not quite sure what this background is doing. So it's very important that there is a visual link up between all your social media accounts and your website, because we don't realize how much our brain is processing through our eyes, not just the words, but the images as well. So if I've been on here, or I've been on here at a recent time, or I've been on your social at another time, I want that instant visual impact of, oh, I remember looking at that on Facebook. which we certainly talk about with our logos, but I don't believe we don't talk about it near enough with our background images as well. And I do like this one better than the other one, I like this one, this background better than I like that background. 187 followers. How long has she been going? Only since 2nd of March 22. That's not long. It's probably a little on the low side. Oh, look, oh, she's on TikTok. She's on TikTok, but she doesn't have TikTok on her website. Haley, put TikTok as a social media link on your website and put the TikTok pixel on your website. That's what I needed to check. You also, according to this, now I don't always trust this because sometimes it doesn't pick it up, but it looks like you don't have the meta pixel on your website. Doesn't matter whether you're not going to do meta ads, you want to be collecting the information about who goes to your website, because the more data you can collect, the more data you can then retarget through whatever means. Follow me on TikTok 4 days ago. So okay, so now I want to know what she sounds like. Very surprised if she doesn't sound like what I think she's going to sound like. Oh, Haley, you don't give me your, you don't show me you. Okay, she's only got two reels on TikTok, but anyway. You want our virtual assistant to love your business as much as you do. Love, you have a stunning personality. That's been done with AI generated voiceover, so that's a mistake. But put your TikTok on your website. Look, I really love your ability to write copy. Yeah. VA's got you falling in love again. How told you can take a 2-hour lunch break because you don't need to worry about XYZ. Really, really, really good ability to write copy like that. That's gold. Where was income? Don't know why that's being tagged as North Connecticut. 7th of February, 5 days, 4 days. Reasonably consistent. 1st of February, 31st of January. Okay, this is nice. I would have liked to have seen the Passion Lab tagged up above here. You're maintaining your colours consistently throughout, which is good. A nice little bit about you, which is good. I like the way you embed little bits about yourself. It's the right mix. A little bit about yourself, but not oversharing. Yeah, well, this is good content. I don't know why you're not getting more. So take this content and flesh it out on your blogs, and then you might want to consider running a very low level awareness campaign for this sort of content, driving them to signing up on your email list. So you like this content? Would you like to have these sort of hints and tips and tricks sent out to you once a month? This is how you do it. Sign up here. You've got some really good tips. You really do have some good tips. what are you doing on Instagram? Yeah, not as much. So you've got a traffic issue, obviously. Shame, because I think you've got a huge amount to offer. I'm not signed in, unfortunately, or at least I'm not signed in on this window. You've got a lot to offer, and it's a shame. I just don't think enough people know about you, Haley. Yeah, go away, Instagram. I don't want to sign up. Okay, I think that's probably all I have to say. So, like, so YouTube, you can even put this stuff on YouTube. Is it branded? It's not even branded. It's not even branded TikTok. So grab that video. Grab that video, download it, put it up as a short on YouTube. I think you could put a lot of stuff up as shorts on YouTube. What have you got in? Any much in Reels? Oh, photo videos. There we go. Surely you've got some videos. Or is my internet just having a slow day? Can't blame it. It is Sunday. Yeah, so you've got some go away. You've got at least two. Very slow day. Okay. So YouTube is not just about long form videos anymore. It's not about having to say something for 30 minutes or an hour or whatever anymore. It is also, they've got a section on YouTube now called YouTube Shorts, and which picked the wrong one because I've picked the one that obviously doesn't have any YouTube Shorts on it. I don't do a lot of YouTube Shorts on. I didn't realize I'd done no YouTube Shorts on my Dynamic Online Service channel. So on that's not the one I want. I always have too many tabs open, as you can see. So this is Pecca Magic, which is an e-commerce. Let's share. Today. Stop sharing and see if I can force it to share properly. StreamYard's having a hiccup. Which you're all very familiar with. It's the sort of stuff that's been YouTube's forte for a very long time. Here it comes. So we've got long form videos. and some of those will, you know, like it can be up to an hour long. And then we have this short section now where it puts some, uses the size formatting of Facebook lives, Instagram lives, TikTok. So you can take any of those or create them for YouTube. You can also cheat and be very lazy like I do. And these are really quick little things. And a lot of and also you can obviously go live. I'm broadcasting right now off StreamYard to the Facebook group, and StreamYard, I probably don't mention it a lot, but StreamYard, I'm broadcasting right now off free software. I think it's amazing. I love free. So on StreamYard, I can broadcast to YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Facebook Lives, Facebook groups, Facebook pages, Instagram Lives. I think I can do, and TikTok Lives, I'm not so sure about, and YouTube. I can broadcast to them 100% free. I've got, I think, 20 hours a month is a limitation, and I can broadcast only to one channel at a time. So then I just then grab the video and share it across others. But if I was to go onto a paid plan at $19 a month, that would open up a whole lot of other opportunities. So if you love talking and you're good at talking, then this is the place to be. So you know, I'll go and do, I'm doing one of these readings now. I should have started at 42 minutes ago, but I'm doing it. Any playlist, just look at that first. Yeah, my internet's been a bit narky. So you're going to have to go have a look at that because it just doesn't want to go there. Okay, that's enough of the rating. I have to go now and do a reading. Hope that was useful. Enjoy your weekend, and I will catch you tomorrow. And it looks like my internet's had a total hiccup.